Fall is honestly my least favorite season, which is unpopular, I know. I just hate cold weather and the sun setting so early, but in this video I'm going to try to embrace it by going to pumpkin patches, looking at leaves, and reading my fall most anticipated book releases. But first we have to do some book shopping because two of my most anticipated releases of the year are coming out. Mate by Ali Hazelwood, which is the sequel to Bride, my current favorite Ali Hazelwood, and also Overdue by Stephanie Perkins. Stephanie Perkins' novels were so important to my teenage years, so the fact that now she's writing her first adult romance novel after a very long hiatus from writing anything, let alone romance, makes me very excited. Also, my sister and I are about to go into the mall, not only to browse Barnes & Noble and pick up those new releases that I'm so excited for, but also to smell some fall candles over at Bath & Body Works and take advantage of a sale. So a very exciting, cozy fall day ahead of us. In general, a very chill, cozy fall vlog for you, so I hope that you enjoy. Also, let me know what the fall weather is like near you guys right now. I'm hoping that the leaves will start to change soon. Right now it's just like the very tips of the trees are starting to turn red and orange, so it's still very beginning stages of fall at the moment. Those edges are really nice. Although I like that they have the regular ones too, so that you have the option, because sometimes I don't like being forced into having the edges. Hello, I come to you now with a pumpkin cookie and a haul. So let's start with the candles. For myself, I got Marshmallow Fireside, which is just like my very favorite Bath & Body Works candle. It's both a fall scent and a winter scent to me. Toasted marshmallows, smoldering woods, fire roasted vanilla, and crystallized amber. It just smells so sweet and lovely and cozy to me, but not overly sickeningly sweet in any way. So it's just my go-to, and every single time there's a sale, I always try to get one so that I make sure that I'm always stocked up, because they only sell these in fall and winter, I believe. They don't bring this scent over into the spring. And then speaking of winter scents, I also got the Perfect Christmas, which is fresh cut pine, cinnamon sugar, and toasted marshmallow. I don't know what it is about toasted marshmallow that just makes it my favorite scent, but I think you can kind of tell based on why I like this one as well. Probably not one that I will light until December, or at least until it snows, but I always get nervous that there aren't going to be more sales going into the season, so I wanted to make sure that I got it now because all the candles were half off, so that just seemed like too good of a deal to pass up. And then the last one I got is Apple Crisp. This is caramelized apple, cinnamon crumble, and sugared oats, and I actually bought this candle because it was the candle that my mom was burning the last time I was home at my parents', and it made the whole house smell so yummy, and I ended up asking her like, what is that? I have to know what it is. I have to get it for myself. And so that is this candle. It really does smell like an apple crisp baking in the oven, like if somebody's making an apple crumble, an apple pie. And then I also got some candles for my mother, speaking of which, because she had found out there was a sale and there's not a Bath & Body Works near where they live, so she was like, can you pick me up some candles too? And I said, yes, of course. Any requests? And she said just things that smell sweet, things that are like baked goods. She doesn't like fruity or floral things, and that's not really very autumnal anyway, but I picked up a couple of baked good candles per her request. So I also got her another apple crisp to replenish her collection, as well as cinnamon sugared pecans, which is cinnamon, toasted pecans, and brown sugar. And then the last one I grabbed for her is Mary Cookie. This is fresh baked cookies, sparkling sugar crystals, and rich vanilla. My sister picked up this candle for herself as well. I just feel like It smells like sugar cookies in a very pleasant, not overly overpowering kind of way. It's definitely one of the lighter scents compared to the other ones here, but still very, very good. All right, and then moving on to the books that I picked up. I cannot even contain my excitement for these. First is Mate. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition because I was very surprised when I got to the table and it was purple, because I believe the regular edition is green. This is a companion sequel to Bride by Ali Hazelwood, which is my personal favorite Ali Hazelwood. I am such a sucker for a vampire romance, and so that book I knew was going to be right on my alley, but I liked the characters in that book so much that I was very excited to read this sequel. This story definitely focuses more on werewolves than on vampires, and I am so excited to read it. I'm so impressed by how many books Ali Hazelwood has released this year. Like in 2025 alone, we've had Deep End, Problematic Summer Romance, and now this book. And based on how much I enjoyed Deep End and Problematic Summer Romance and the first book in this series, I have a really good feeling that I'm going to love this as well. So I have high expectations, trying to temper those just a little bit so that I'm not disappointed, but I can't see a world in which I would be. Another highly anticipated book. This is Overdue by Stephanie Perkins. Now, if the name Stephanie Perkins sounds familiar, she used to write YA a long time ago, and her trilogy of rom-coms meant so much to me when I was in high school. I got the books right back here. We've got Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, Isla and the Happily Ever After. These are, I think, such strong romances. Even still, they really evoke the same feeling that I get when I'm watching an early 2000s rom-com. Just two characters who are so funny and so clearly meant to be. And when I was reading these, I was so like desperate for the characters to admit that they loved each other. They felt so real to me, and I've reread these many times. So when Stephanie Perkins went so many years without releasing any books, let alone any romance books, it was kind of a bummer. I know that she had a couple of short stories in some anthologies. She wrote a thriller, I believe, that I never read, but she has taken some time away from the romance genre, and now she has released her first ever adult romance. So this is a book that I'm approaching with some nervousness, but also so much hope, because I know the romance that Stephanie Perkins is capable of. This book follows a couple, one of whom is a librarian, which we love. If you don't know, I am getting my library studies degree right now. But we follow this couple, one of whom is a librarian, and they make this unconventional decision to take a 1-month break to date other people so that they can decide whether or not they really want to be together, because they've been dating for almost 10 years. Oh, they've been dating for 11 years actually. And now they're gonna take a month to like see other people to decide if they want to stay together and get married and keep moving forward with their relationship. So I'm really intrigued to see if the book will focus on their relationship with each other, this couple, Ingrid and Corey, or if they're gonna find other people within this month that they're apart. But yes, that is my little mini candle and book haul, and these are the books that I'm going to be reading in this vlog. I know there are so many times where I buy books and then they just sit on my shelf for a long time because I don't read them right away. So with these, I'm gonna make it a very specific point that I am excited about them now. I'm going to read them now. So let's light one of these candles and have a cozy reading night. Hello, it's the next day. I am on chapter 11 of Mate. That's how far I made it, and I'm here with my sissy.
Hey.
Who's visiting.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell everybody what you're reading right now?
I have my books right here actually. She recommended I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder.
And I stand by that recommendation.
Yeah, I'm not very far yet. I'm on page 108.
Okay, and how do you feel so far?
I like it. It's good. I don't really have any clue as to what I think the culprit of the mystery is.
Okay.
Like, I don't know who done it, but we're making progress.
Yes, but it's about a girl trying to solve a cold case. And because it's about a cold case, it's definitely very good for October. Or for the fall in general.
Fall vibes.
Anyway, this book that I'm reading right now is also very fall vibes. Here, I'll tell you guys about it, but also tell you about it. It's a werewolf romance I mentioned before. It's the companion sequel to Ali Hazelwood's previous book. This book follows the protagonist of the first book's best friend. Her name is Serena, and I don't want to like give away too much about what happened in that first book, but now Serena has gone to live with the Northwest Werewolf Pack, where she has gotten to meet and know an alpha named Cohen, and we did get some inklings in that previous book that Cohen would be interested in Serena. However, so far in this book, he's being very like dismissive and rude and cold and I don't like you kind of vibes. Anything else that you want to share? Just generally about books or life?
Overall, I like this book. Read it.
Nice.
I don't know how it ends, but you should read it. It's good so far.
I think it's really good. And I liked the Netflix show. I didn't like the Netflix show as much as the book, but I remember being really baffled that the show is set in England, because I don't remember the book. Is the book set in England?
I didn't think so. I didn't get an England vibe from it.
Anyway, okay,
Bye.
okay. Thank you for being here, Soph.
Oh, yeah, of course, anytime.
Okay. I don't know if you've ever stayed up until 1 a.m. to finish a werewolf romance book, but that was me with Mate. I was so glued to this book. Even though it had a little bit of a slow, maybe rocky start compared to Bride, I loved Bride from the beginning. This book took a little longer to grow on me, but once I hit the midpoint of the book, it was moving so fast and I was so invested in what was happening. This book is blurbed on the front as passionate and witty and primal in its intensity, and I think that those are really good descriptions of this. We do learn that Cohen has pretty good reasons for not wanting to have a relationship with Serena and not wanting to be intimate with Serena. And I was really glad that we got that explanation, because I had been really annoyed by the way he was acting toward her, especially in the beginning. His like avoidance and treatment of Serena reminded me a little bit of the way that Connor treated Maya in Ali Hazelwood's previous book, Problematic Summer Romance. But I thought that Cohen's reasoning in this book was more sound than Connor's. I think partially because of the supernatural elements and his role as a werewolf alpha. The reasons that he felt he could not be with Serena in this book felt just like higher stakes. And I think I was also drawing parallels to Problematic Summer Romance because Serena has a similar like bubbly, outgoing personality to Maya. I'm trying really hard not to be embarrassed by the fact that a couple people just walked past my open window and saw me talking to my camera and holding up my werewolf book. It's fine. But anyway, even though Cohen and Serena both have many reasons for not being together, they are unable to fight their attraction for one another, and it made for, again, very intense, passionate romance. If I had any major critique about this book, it would just be the fact that the romance was focused so much on their sexual attraction and on the fact that they were these like fated werewolf mates. And in some ways, their emotional connection really took a back seat. I just wanted a little bit more from that emotional side, from that friendship side that I felt was lacking. But I did really enjoy this book overall. Particularly, there is a cult subplot that I was not expecting in the least, and the villains and the action sequences and the plot twists that we got because of that were very, very exciting. So I ended up giving this book 4 stars, again knocking off a point just because I did not think the emotional connection was as deep as some of Ali Hazelwood's other books, and compared to how I usually prefer my romances to be. I don't think it cracks my Ali Hazelwood top 5, although there are some books that she's written that I have not read since they came out that I think I would need to reread to reassess my feelings about them, like The Love Hypothesis and Love Theoretically. But yes, solid, exciting paranormal romance that I'm happy that I read in October. I think this is like the best possible month to be reading a book like this, and so I'm very, very happy that I was able to get it off my TBR right away. Next book we're going to be reading is Overdue by Stephanie Perkins. It has been weeks since I made my last update to this vlog, and it's not because this book is bad, it's just that it's moving so slowly. I've been reading it every single day and I'm only halfway through. I told you before that this book is about Ingrid and her partner Corey, who decide to separate and date other people before coming back together because they've been a couple for so long. They just both want to kind of see what else is out there before they fully commit to one another. But we're getting every single detail and every thought and every moment of Ingrid's day, and I do like her as a character for the most part. She can sometimes get on my nerves, but it's just like really excessive amounts of of detail. So I'm just struggling a little bit with this book. I think more than anything, it's made me grateful that I'm not currently casually dating, because that sounds so exhausting from what Ingrid is going through in this story. I actually am very excited because my boyfriend's going to be in town this weekend. He and I are long distance, but while he's in town, we're going to be going to a pumpkin patch, doing some cutesy little fall things. I will not be vlogging or taking you along for that just because I like to be like in the moment, but I will be filming some b-roll so that you can at least see the pumpkins, see the fall vibes. At this point in semi-late October, the leaves on the trees have changed the most beautiful, vibrant shades, and seeing how stunning the trees are and being able to do these fun, like basic fall autumn girl things is really lifting my spirits and making me enjoy the season despite the cold. I am finally finished with this book and it feels so good. This book took me a full month to read. It's now November. I started it in October and now I feel like I'm free. I think I'm gonna end up giving this book 2 stars. On top of it being just so slow and so boring. I also was not the biggest fan of the love interest, and I don't always have to like the love interest of a book in order to enjoy the book, but in this case I found his kind of passiveness, they describe it as shyness in this book, but it frustrated me that it was so obvious that they were so in love with each other and he didn't make any moves at all. I think there's slow burn, and then there's a point where the slow burn is so slow it's like painful, and that's how this book felt. In terms of positive, I liked Ingrid's journey, specifically in terms of her career. I don't want to give spoilers, but Ingrid makes a pretty big career change in this book, and I thought that her deciding that she wanted to do that and then also taking the steps to pursue it were interesting to read about. Although I'll say that she starts as a person who works in a library, and her leaving libraries did make me a little bit sad. But yeah, I just feel like I'm gonna forget about this book so quickly. It definitely does not have that same kind of like spark as her past books did, so I am definitely pretty underwhelmed, unfortunately. But I am so excited to be able to finish this vlog and say goodbye. It's been so long over the course of this month that I got my hair cut, so that's something new. Thank you guys so much for spending basically the month of October with me. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell to be notified of the next time I post. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Solve a cold case.
Did you taste the cookie?
So, no, not yet.